See students, so Robert Whittaker, he divided the living organisms into 5 groups, and those 5 groups were kingdom Monera, then Protista, then fungi, plantae and animalia. And there were certain criteria on which he divided these living organisms, and then he included those organisms into these 5 kingdoms. So there were certain criteria. So which was that criteria? Let's see. Complexity of cell structure. Complexity of cell structure, that means whether the cell is simple or whether the cell is complex, how is the structure of the cell. So accordingly he grouped on the basis of complexity of cell structure, he grouped the organisms as prokaryotic animals or prokaryotic organisms and eukaryotic organisms. Now what are these prokaryotic organisms? This prokaryotic organisms or the prokaryotic cell is smaller in size. Such kind of organisms are strictly unicellular, that means these are made up of single cell. There is not going to be a distinct or a true nucleus. Genetic material will be dispersed loosely into the cell. The cell is going to be simple, it is not going to be complex, and the cell is going to be primitive. Primitive means very old type or a simple type, and I'll be able to show you the figure over here. Now see, you can see that the cell is there, it is a single cell, and this is the genetic material which is loosely dispersed into the cell like this, and the region in which the genetic material will be present into the unicellular into the cell, that region will be known as nucleoid. And then there's going to be a cell wall, then the flagellum, this flagellum is going to be there for the locomotion. So this is the figure of a bacteria, and this bacteria, as it is not possessing a true nucleus, then it is very small in size, the genetic material is not present into proper nucleus, we can say that it is a prokaryotic cell. So this is the figure of a prokaryotic cell, while this one is the eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell will possess a true nucleus. This nucleus is distinct, the nucleus is the control unit of the cell, and whatever genetic material will be there, DNA will be there, that will be enclosed into the nucleus. Now this eukaryotic cells, these are larger in size. Then the eukaryotic organisms can be unicellular or multicellular, but this will have well organized cell structure. The cell organelles will be properly maintained into the cell. Cell organelles means a part of the cells, like the mitochondria, lysosomes, ribosomes, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, all the things whatever you have studied in 7th standard, the same things I'm repeating over here. That means the cell organelles are going to be well fixed into the cell. So such things will be seen into any eukaryotic cell. Then nucleolus. Nucleolus is the centrally located part of the nucleus. Nucleus is itself the centrally located part of the cell, and inside the nucleus, nucleolus is present. Then cell is developed, well developed, and it is a complex. So such things will be seen into the eukaryotic cell. So hope you have understood the difference between the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. Now let's see another criteria: complexity for organisms. Unicellular, that means single cell. Multicellular, which is made up of many cells, like we the human beings or any other plant or tree like that. So unicellular are going to be bacteria, and multicellular then rest of the living organisms like the insects or the plants or we the animals, birds, whoever are made up of many cells are known as multicellular. So this was the second criteria. Then mode of nutrition. Plants are autotrophic. Autotrophic, that means they are able to make their own food. Photosynthetic, that means they'll be making their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means to prepare. They are going to prepare their food into the presence of light. Which light? Sunlight. Then fungi, saprophytic. Saprophytic means these are going to obtain their nutrition. These are going to grow on the dead organisms, and from those dead organisms they are going to obtain the food, their nutrition. So this is fungi. So then animals, heterotrophic and ingestive. Heterotrophic, that means they are not able to prepare their own food, and ingestive. Ingestive means to intake the food, let it be a solid or a liquid like we the human beings do. So the another word for ingestive is holozoic nutrition. In holozoic nutrition, any organism will intake the food, let it be solid or into a liquid form, then that food will be ingested, then absorption, assimilation, digestion, all such things will take place. Whatever you have studied into class 5, all those things, all those processes are going to be the, whatever the processes are included into the digestive system, the digestive system performs whatever processes, these are going to be included into the holozoic nutrition. So we, the higher animals, performs holozoic, or we have that holozoic mode of nutrition, and we cannot prepare our own food, we have to depend upon plants or other animals for food. Then lifestyle, plants are the producers because they prepare their own food, animals are the consumers, that means we, the human beings, also comes under consumers. Then fungi, decomposers, that means whenever any organism is dying, that will be decomposed by the living organisms which obtains their food from that dead body, are known as decomposers. And rest of the things we shall discuss in the next video.